Hello students, welcome back. So now in our module of combinational circuits, we are going to discuss about priority encoder. So in this video, we are going to talk about that what is an encoder and what is a priority encoder. We'll also talk about the working principle and how can we combine different modules like multiplexers and encoder to make one priority encoder. So let us get started now. So first of all, we talk about the encoder. Encoder, as the name suggests, it is going to encode a large number of bits into smaller number of bits. It is used in communication channel where we save the number of channels. We discussed it when we were discussing about the decoders. When we talk about a 4 to 2 encoder, the block diagram is having 4 inputs and 2 outputs. Here we have a special feature in the truth table. We are considering only such input cases where only one of the input is 1, others are 0. So in that way, I am going to get only 4 possible input cases. Otherwise, if I take 4 input bits, I am going to have 16 input cases. So we shortlist only those. And then we say, I have 4 messages. I want to send 4 messages. We can do it using 2 bits. So these are encoded into 2 bits, that is B and A. So when D0 is 1, we send the message 00. When D1 is 1, we send 01, for D2 10, and for D3 11. This same principle is extended and we have a complete new field called cryptography. We encrypt the messages, we shorten them, and then we again decrypt it and receive it back. So this is the main principle behind the cryptography as well. Now we talk about the priority encoder. Here we have some inputs and they have the priority. What do we mean by that? That multiple inputs can be one at a time. Now we are not restricting that only one input can be one at a time. But we fix the priority and we say the highest priority item or the highest priority person is going to have the access. This is quite useful when we have less resources and we have more users. Let me share 1 or 2 real world examples of the same. Some of you, when you visit to a holy shrine, then you have very long queues. You have to stay there for hours. But there you find special line where if you pay more, you get slightly early access. And then if you are like a minister of or the Prime Minister of India, then you don't have to wait. You get a direct access, right? You have one office and you have a printer which is being shared by your company boss, then the managers, and then the staff members and everyone. It is connected via internet and anyone can try to print on that. Well, there also we can fix the priority that if the company director is trying to print anything, that document should be at the highest priority. So this is how this priority encoder is used in real world. So now let us talk about the design. So here we are taking the printer example. We have 4 different people and there is only one resource. We call it the printer. Any 4 of them can try to print, but we have to decide that whose print command will be accepted first based on their priority. So on the lower side of this circuit, we attach our priority encoder where there are 4 inputs R0, R1, R2, R3. And we say that R3 is having the highest priority. Look at the last line. If R3 is 1, any value of R0, R1, R2, we are not going to consider that, and the output will be 1, 1. So X will be 1, Y will be 1. Now look at the multiplexer. For this multiplexer, if X and Y is 1, 1, they are going to select the fourth input. And what is that? That is R3. So R3 will be connected to the resource. Now we go up in the truth table and we say if R3 is 0, that means R3 is not asking for the access. R2 is asking, and it does not matter whether R0 and R1 they are asking for the access or not. Any value of R0, R1 will be neglected and the output will be 1, 0, X will be 1, Y will be 0, multiplexer is going to select R2. And similarly, the next priority is given to R1 and the least priority is given to R0. This is quite interesting and useful circuit that we have in the real world applications as well. And now we are giving you slight hint that as we go in the training, we will start merging, we'll start concatenating different modules and make slightly complex systems. So students, now we know about decoders and encoders. There is one special feature with decoders as well. Just like multiplexers, we can also implement functions using decoder. In the next video, we are going to talk about that. Keep learning. Thank you.